Alright, welcome back to the Crypto Mastermind Show, guys. Got some news for you all. Pretty important news. The Citibank, they're gonna start selling crypto in 2026. Got a little article for y'all. So Citi targets 2026 launch for crypto custody service as Wall Street dives deeper into digital assets. And Citibank is one of the biggest banks in the world. You see? So this is a big move. It says here, Citi, along with other Wall Street giants such as JP Morgan and Bank of America, are also exploring stablecoins. And we know Bank of America is an early Ripple partner. They got a Ripple patent. JP Morgan also a Ripple partner. A more favorable regulatory environment in the US has prompted American banks to offer more services to do with digital assets. Alright, let's get into this. Citi is aiming to launch a service for the custody of crypto assets in 2026. An executive at the bank told CNBC as Wall Street giants are expanding their footprint in the digital currency space. Oh, this is big, guys. Whatever this person's name is, the global head of partnerships and innovations in the services business at Citi said the bank has been developing a crypto custody service for the last 2.5 to 3 years and is making progress. I will show you that in a minute after we're done with this article. We're going to go over that. We have various kinds of explorations, and we're hoping that in the next few quarters we can come to the market with a credible custody solution that we can offer to our asset managers and other clients. For a long time, traditional financial institutions have stayed away from cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, President Donald Trump's administration has built a more favorable regulatory environment for digital assets in the US, as new laws such as the Genius Act has looked to regulate specific areas including stablecoins. This has enabled traditional financial institutions to launch products and services to do with digital assets. This is big, guys. In the world of crypto, custody comes in many forms, including a digital asset exchange, holding digital coins, or the institution itself doing self-custody. Custodian services enable a bank to hold assets on behalf of its clients. This could, for example, include shares in company. There are also companies that are spring up specifically related to crypto custody. Chatterjee said the upcoming custody service would involve Citi holding the native cryptocurrency. So they're going to hold the crypto. They're going to custody it themselves. There are risks with all forms of custody, such as cyber attacks that lead to theft of assets. Banks may offer an alternative because they are heavily regulated and have a history in the custody of assets. For Citi, that guy's name Chatterjee said the lender is looking at both an in-house developed technology solution for custody as well as a potential partnership with third parties. We're going to be going over that in a minute. We have certain solutions that are completely designed and built in-house that are targeted towards certain assets and certain segments of our clients, whereas may we use a third-party, lightweight, nimble solution for other kinds of assets. Not all Wall Street banks are convinced on the custody strategy. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon said this year that while the bank will let clients buy cryptocurrencies, it will not custody the asset. Jamie Dimon's part of the problem. Anyway, exploration of stablecoins. US banks have launched various services this year that touch on cryptocurrencies, but also rely on the underlying blockchain technology. JP Morgan announced plans this year for a deposit token that is intended to serve as a digital representation of a commercial bank deposit. This would allow movement of money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because they're using XRP, that's how they can do it. JP Morgan's a Ripple partner. These deposit tokens are built on the Ethereum network. Citi also has its own version called Citi Token Services, which allows cross-border movement of money quickly and at all times of the day, 24/7. Banks are seeing blockchain as a way to move money around the world in different currencies quickly, even when traditional banking windows are closed. The next potential product they are eyeing are stablecoins. This type of digital coin is usually pegged to a fiat currency like the US dollar and backed by real-world assets such as bonds in order to maintain its value. The biggest commercial stablecoins are Circle's USDC and Tether's USDT. Citi's strategy said that stablecoins could be appealing in areas of the world with a less developed banking and payment system. Somewhere like Africa, for example. The unbanked. As Citi clients expand into those countries and interact with suppliers and customers, their stablecoin-like products could be viable. We do recognize the fact that there are these pockets in the world where you have a commercial need for our clients to be there and do business, strategy says. The Citi executive added that the bank was still in the early stages of stablecoin exploration. Last week, stablecoin infrastructure firm BVNK announced it had received an investment from Citi, underscoring the bank's interest in the space. Alright, I would like to show you another article on Citibank. They've been planning this for years, guys. They're just playing cuckoo. They're just acting like nothing's happening, but the New York Fed and 8 banks to test digital dollar on regulated liability network. So it's basically like a tokenized money or digital dollar project involving 9 financial institutions. It will use the regulated liability network, with Citi first conceived to use the same DLT network, XRP, that uses DLT to support central bank liabilities, commercial bank money and non-bank issuers liabilities. Citi, BNY Mellon, Wells Fargo, HSBC, MasterCard are all among the participants. That's part of the regulated liability network, and Citibank was the bank to create that network, the regulated liability network. And these are all Ripple partners too, so they've been planning this for a good while, guys. They just play cuckoo with you just they don't want you to truly know what they're doing, but it's too bad I'm exposing them. And Citi is a big bank. It's like systemically important, you know what I mean? Like it's like the top 3 banks in the world: JP Morgan, Citibank, and HSBC. These 3 banks. So if Citibank is going to offer crypto custody solutions in 2026, it's a pretty good indicator of where we're heading, I'm just showing you the developments of what's going on in the crypto space, so you can bust a move, you can buy a crypto, you know what's going on. The financial system is developing, it's maturing to the next generational financial system, some of you call it the quantum financial system, but we're getting there, everything's getting tokenized. Citibank's already doing it, tokenized deposits. It's more so for Citibank is they're launching their token service for institutional clients. So it's mostly for institutional clients, or at least from the get-go. But it's coming along, man. It's maturing, So it's a good sign. We might have some good price appreciation in 2026, once we have proper crypto regulations and mass tokenization. That's going to cause the price of the crypto to go up. That's the fundamentals. That's what I teach. Alright. So if you need to buy your crypto, look no other than Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown, they look after you real well. I use them myself. You get your own personal broker. More importantly, you get Fireblocks institutional grade custody. They'll look after you real good, guys. They're the only real crypto exchange that's offering institutional grade custody. They're one of the best ones, in my opinion, you know. And they look after you very good. And the fees are very minimal, you know. And it's free to sign up, so it doesn't cost you any money. You know, at least you can store your crypto there and protect it, you know. They have an app. Right there, so you can install the app. So yeah, do check them out, guys. I'll put a link in the description. You're more than welcome to check them out. You know, they're truly fantastic. Anyway, I'm gonna end it there. Crypto Mastermind out.